What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Forza Horizon 3. In the last episode, we unlocked Surfer's Paradise, the second festival location in the game after Byron Bay. Now that we've unlocked a new festival location, we're able to add a couple more radio stations to our selection. So, just going over these really quick. Base Arena is a little bit more dance focused than Horizon Pulse, which is more pop and EDM focused. We have Future Classic, which is more is much more EDM than even Horizon Pulse. Horizon Pulse is kind of like a mix. It's more on the pop end, if I'm being honest. This is just straight EDM, and this is straight dance music. Horizon Block Party has a lot of hip-hop in it. Hospital is going to be more drum and bass. Epitaph is going to be your post-hardcore and metal music, which is my absolute favorite station, although it does have Offspring, which I am going to complain about. And then Timeless is your classical music, which, yes, does have its place in this game. So we're going to get Epitaph for this part, and then I'm also going to grab Hospital, just because drum and bass music is so very fitting for racing games. And I can't complain about the fact that Epitaph has Bad Religion and Seosin. It also has some other pretty darn awesome songs in its lineup as well. Epitaph is my absolute... Epitaph is definitely my favorite, then Vagrant, and then Pulse after that. Those would be my top three. Okay, so Horizon Online is available. This tooltip will not go away unless I hit X. It's going to play a whole cutscene that's going to talk about the online. I'm just going to let it play, and then we can move on from that, but I will put a timestamp so you can skip this should you so desire. Unfortunately, I cannot skip it.
This is Horizon Online. In Horizon Online, coming first isn't everything. Make it clean, make it stylish, make it look good, and you could earn as much XP as the bloke out in front. You've got three ways to play. In Online Adventure, we'll set you up with a bunch of great events all over the country. You and your friends can get straight into the action. All you have to do is drive. Online Free Roam lets you choose your own adventure. We'll turn you and your mates loose on this wide open land. Take some cars out of the garage, run events, tick off the bucket list, or just roam till the sun goes down. And now, for the first time, you can play a Horizon campaign in co-op. Work with your mates to make Horizon Australia the biggest Horizon there's ever been. And everything you do in co-op still counts in your solo campaign. So don't be shy.
Alright, now that that is done, we're going to get out of there because I have absolutely no intentions of doing anything related to Forza Online in this Let's Play. This is not the focus of the game. We are going to just jump right on into a race and get this thing going. So, there's a speed trap over there. I am not going to be hitting that with a Class D car. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. I'm going to do that with my Ferrari. And that's not a tree I can break, really? It's like a really flimsy one. I figured I could, but maybe I was just going too slow. Alright, let's do this thing. Three-bridge circuit.
Hey,
So,
Andy. Glad you and your friends are enjoying the races we've set up. But this is your festival. We take orders from you. So, let's talk about Horizon Blueprint.
yeah, let's actually do that. We're going to enter this real quick, and it's going to explain it to
With
us.
Blueprint, you decide where and how fast. Set race conditions, number of laps, car themes and categories, and then run your events your way with your friends. Each theme contains a group of cars carefully selected and balanced for your events. Want to race rally classics, Chevrolets, Italian manufactured cars? Take a look through and see what you think.
So yeah, as much as I put an emphasis on classes and tiers and things like that, technically when you blueprint events, none of that stuff matters. You can go with all of the different, like based on your current car, you can go with all sorts of different types of setups based on that car. But you can also just go with anything goes. With anything goes, you really can select anything. Any car is fair game in this. Now, obviously, if you're running something like what I'm running right now, a 1977 Holden, it's going to suck in the anything goes event, but this is basically the best way to get, an actual challenge going. And you can see based on the different types that I select, it'll show me how many of my garage cars are eligible, how many cars that are available for purchase I can get, things like that. We can also do stuff based on car types. We can also do different special setups like this. We also have different decades we can go through, 90s, 80s, 70s, things like that. What country it was made from, the manufacturer. There are so many different themes you can make to customize your different events in literally any way you want, which is awesome. And I am not going to be using this too much. I'm just not, because honestly, the game kind of does it for you. Now, there are some special ones that you can also do that community creators have made. You see here, Japanese Steel, Anything Goes, Local Mayhem, stuff like this. These are always going to be options that are available to you as well. You can see their eligible cars and what is also like the information on it. So, see 3 laps, morning, race length. I don't have any garage cars for this one, but like for this one, I could use any of the cars in my garage, and this is going to make it 4 laps as opposed to 3. This guy also has it set up for 3 laps, and it's a completely random weather type or time of day and all that kind of stuff. Just, there's so much in the way of customization for literally every single race in the game. It's crazy, but we're going to do the main thing because it's only 2 laps, so it'll go by a lot quicker. And also, since we're driving such a ridiculously slow car, 2 laps will be pretty merciful, if I'm being honest. So let's do this thing. I really don't want to do 3, 4, or more laps with a car like this. We are definitely going to be on the slow side here. And oh no, we look like the freaking most rundown car in the entire event. Now, if we keep winning these, the game is going to actually make a suggestion that we up the difficulty, which again, I'm not going to do immediately, but we'll be doing in due time. I'm going to switch it on over to Epitaph though, as far as the music goes, because as cool as Hospital is for, you know, having that feel of a racing game, Epitaph is just, it's my jam, dude. We're probably going to listen to that the most during this Let's Play, but I'll try to switch it up for variety's sake. Don't you? I think I'll try to switch radio stations like every 2 episodes. I think that's fair. We ran a Vagrant for the last 2, so let's run Epitaph for the next 2, and then we'll switch to Pulse and Hospital and so on. And let's see if we can catch up to Arizona Beefcake over here. Whoever the frick this guy is. He ain't going to be beating me. And, okay. Yeah, I think I might have overdone it a little bit there when it comes to my braking. Yeah, there's 2 different kinds of ways you can brake. You can brake while actually holding the gas. You can brake while letting off the gas, which is going to obviously brake you a lot harder. But if you want to just kind of ease into a brake, keep holding the gas while you brake, and that's just going to slow you down very subtly, but not quite too much. Kind of like this. You see what I mean? You can just kind of brake tap here and then drift into your yellow turn, and then you should be good to go. But considering the fact that this car is so slow, I'm not really super concerned with hitting these turns super tightly. Honestly, the lower level classes you're at, the slower your cars, the easier the races get. When you start to get into hypercars, that's when the difficulty gets noticeably crazy because there's so much less margin for error. Sometimes you'll just get cars that are so ridiculously fast that doesn't even matter, but we'll get into that as well later on. Once I'm able to actually start making upgrades, like I've accrued enough credits that I'm more than happy with all of the cars that I've earned and the upgrades I'm able to apply to them, we'll start to mess around with our difficulty settings a little bit more. For right now, we're just going to kind of chill out here on episode 3 of Forza Horizon 3. We're just getting started, everybody. This is only the beginning. So driving around a little rust bucket, I think, is, and as casual as this is, my goodness, I really need to be braking harder going into that turn. But, yeah, this is, I love this game. I absolutely love this game. It's like everything you could ever want out of an open world racing game. And, you know, as slow pace as we're going now, I'm honestly just trying to get races like this out of the way so we can worry more about going crazy fast in later events. Because there is a lot more in terms of the number of events we have to go through than in Forza Horizon 2. In Forza Horizon 2, you just had to finish like 15 events. Forza Horizon 3's campaign has a whole lot more than that. To max out every single festival location, I can't remember exactly how many it is, but there's it just takes a whole lot freaking longer than Horizon 2 asks of you, and, you know, not to mention the expansions and all the ancillary stuff that you have to do, like bucket lists and whatnot, which we're actually going to be doing one of those in this episode. But first place.
We're running out of blue ribbons and gold medals, boss. How about a nice pat on the back?
It's only like my 5th win. Are you serious? You're already running out? That seems a little bit silly. We got a wheel spin out of that. See if we can get ourselves a good credit bonus or possibly a nice vehicle, maybe. Ooh, 150,000. Yes, I will take that. Thank goodness.
I just got off the phone with the Horizon people. I'm this close to getting
Okay, but
our
you're
next
really
stage
not,
screening.
though. We're not
I
even
just
halfway
made sure
there. I'm going to
they
have to do like at
attended
least another 3 events before we're able to unlock that. So just chill out, Kira. Chill out. All right, so next up, instead of hitting the speed trap, why don't we go do this bucket list, and then we'll finish off by doing this last race over here once all is said and done.
100 yards.
And that'll be the majority.
Hey, Leslie. A
Ooh.
lot of people are talking about this driver.
Okay,
I
they're
think
way
they
over
have
there. I
their
think we'll
lineup.
go after them a little bit later. Pass on that for now. Once I start getting into a faster car, I'm going to finish up everything here in Surfers Paradise in the Holden, and then we'll start worrying about going into my Ferrari and taking on things like my speed traps and stuff like that. We can also do a little bit more exploration-focused stuff.
Hey, Leslie. Remember, you're a big deal here, and other races want to drive with you. If you see another driver cruising next to you, beeping their horn, beep back to start a
But I
convoy
don't
with them.
want to do a
200
convoy,
yards.
so maybe you should just be quiet and let me do my thing, Kira. Convoys are a nice way of getting a little extra experience, a little extra credits for doing just menial tasks and stuff like that, but they're not really anything too super special. So this is only the third bucket list. It's a pretty easy one. It's going to involve the Nissan GTR. I think is this another time? Oh, this might be a drift one. Oh, I'm so bad at these. I will try my best. It is on the easy end, so I might be able to do this, but I suck at drift challenges. This is probably the one thing about this game that I absolutely hate. So we got to do either drifts or e-drifts. So we need to get 25 drift skills, and we're going to immediately start by crashing, and we have 2 minutes and 25 seconds to do it. So let's do this thing. All right, so if we can hit some curves, that would be great. And I'm going to try to get these drift skills going. That was already off to a bad start. Excuse me, everybody. Okay, hold on. I suck at these. So there's 2 ways to drift. You can either do this with regular braking, or you can do this with e-drifting, like this. And if you crash, you will lose out. Well, no, actually, you still do get your e-drift skills. Never mind. I immediately ate my words. But the more you can build up your drift multiplier, the more it counts as a drift skill. So you go up to, you get a regular drift, that's 1, a great drift 2, awesome drift, that's 3, and then an ultimate drift, that's 4. That's the most you can get out of a singular drift. So I was able to get a couple more there. I am really bad at drift challenges. This one is not super bad, so I can definitely make something out of it. I've already got 9 with a little bit of time here. Doing the e-drifts is just the easier way of accomplishing this. And if we can hit some more of these, that'd be great. So we're up to 13 now. Let's do another left here. And these are not super wide turns, so I'm not getting the craziest drifts out of these. I think I got an awesome drift out of that one, so I won't complain. Now, these are nothing in compared to, like, a challenge like this. This is one thing, but then there's ones that require a certain drift score out of you. Those I am just hopeless at, like you would not believe. I am the absolute worst at them. Like, I'm actually struggling at this even, and the GTR is one of the best vehicles for drifting, if I'm being honest. So we got a burnout there, not a drift. If we can just hit one more great drift, we should be good. So I'm going to go up here and slow it down just a little bit so I don't... And that should do it. All right, awesome. 25 skills, not bad. Again, that was one of the easier ones. They do get a lot harder than that, but oh, I'm so hopeless at these. You're going to have to forgive me when watching me do drift challenges. I just do so bad. But we got some nice experience out of that, so I'm not going to complain. All right, on to the next race. Let's do that. And then after this is done, we will call it an episode. How do I get out of this parking lot? Is there actually... This looks like a great place for them to hide a bonus board of some sort. I'm sure there's one around here somewhere. I am gonna do a little bit of exploration for bonus boards, but bonus boards can honestly be so esoteric and silly in the way that they're hidden sometimes, that once I get the map, that's really going to just unlock everything and make it a whole lot easier for us, even though, yeah, it is cheating. It is cheating. Like, don't get me wrong. It really is. But it's also the easiest way to quickly and efficiently accrue experience. Let's head on over here. And then we'll just kind of drift this, like so. Ah! Oh, this thing, it does not handle very well. There's a reason it's a D-class. It's not a super good car. Excuse me, dry weenies.
Point A to point B on sealed roads.
Okay, so sprints are by far the most straightforward type of race. It's literally just one point to another. There's no such thing as checkpoints except for the final checkpoint, the goal, essentially. That's really the only checkpoint you have to worry about. How you get there, it doesn't really matter. The game is obviously going to suggest a route to you, but you can always do shortcuts if you want to. In my Holden, I'm probably not going to. Is that 20% extra? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. I thought that was only a 5% difference. That's only a 5% difference. Yeah, so don't lie to me like that. Yeah, we'll stick with the above average for now. We'll move on to highly skilled a little bit later. I'll be more comfortable with that in due time. So that's when, yeah, the game usually makes a suggestion after about like 5 or so wins on a specific difficulty, I believe. But let's do this thing. So really the only thing you have to go off of is your progress towards the final goal. Oh, wait, no, this one does have checkpoints. I'm completely wrong. I think I was mixing this up with a different race type. Never mind. Okay, so that was misinformation on my part, and I am apologizing for that right now. I think we actually already did the point A to point B, like the single checkpoint variant, but maybe not. I thought that was this type, but nope, it is not. It's just a single lap. No going back to the starting line, essentially. Which I guess makes sense, but I seriously thought this was the point A to point. I don't know my terminology, okay? That's the only thing I don't know, because I don't pay attention to that stuff. I just frickin' race and have fun in this game. I don't really focus on that stuff too much. This is the kind of game that I honestly, for the most part, play while I listen to like podcasts and watch YouTube videos. I don't really like headphones on to focus on what's going on all that much. It's just kind of it's a casual, fun game. That's really all it's ever been for me. I've listened to many, many, many podcasts while playing Forza Horizon 3, more than I care to admit, because it's just like a perfect kind of game for that. And also because the radio stations on this game do end up getting pretty annoying after a while, because each radio station has something like, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like they only have something like 20 tracks, which is, that's like a CD each, which is not the best, but whatever. And then, of course, we're listening to The Offspring now, who I do not like. I'm sure there's going to be some people going, oh, how dare you? I don't like The Offspring. I'm sorry. I don't think he can sing very well. His voice is very grating. But that's just me. Otherwise, though, I like this radio station. I think it's the best one. Post-hardcore and metal are two of my favorite genres. So you're definitely going to get a lot of praise from me whenever you include those genres in there. All right, we're doing pretty good. This is a very simple race. This car is just a putt-putter, though. It's really not super fast. And I mean, I don't expect anything, but my goodness. Yeah, we'll try not to do Class D too much throughout the course of this game, just because of, how much it can kind of drag, and again, how easy these races, for the most part, end up being. A little too easy, if you ask me. Like I said, the checkpoints are super generous in this game. You basically only have to even brush like the outside edge of the flags on the checkpoint, and it'll still count for you. Like, that's how generous they are. Let alone running the flags directly over. For the most part, in actual racing, you have to go completely between the flags, or it doesn't count, and you get disqualified. So, or between whatever markers there are, if we're talking stuff like slalom and whatnot. But there we go. First place. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Forza Horizon 3. I hope you all enjoyed it very, very much. I don't know if we're going to get a wheel spin here. We might, so maybe we'll be able to show that. Nope, not quite. And it's not going to be enough to upgrade our festival either, so we're going to have to worry about that in the next episode. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all then.